Master plans. Developers love them, architects love to hate them. But what exactly is a master plan and who's involved in the development process? A master plan is defined by the World Bank Group as a dynamic long-term planning document that provides a conceptual layout to guide future growth and development. In architecture, we understand master plans as a tool to guide a site's development over a number of years. For this video, I will be exploring Ellenbrook, its master plan, and the impact it had and is still having on the building and social cultures within the town. The town was named after Ellen Stirling, wife of Captain Stirling, and dubbed the Mother of WA. The town was first conceived in 1992, pun intended, with a master plan document released for the public in 1993. The master plan was to be developed from 1994 to 2012, led by State Housing and LWP Property Group. It details some of the key goals and aspirations for the development, including to provide housing for up to 35,000 residents in 6 neighbourhoods, provide the necessary educational, recreational, retail and community facilities with the town centre acting as a central hub, enhance the natural features of the site, establish a sense of place for residents, and lead Perth in infrastructure and environmental practices. All of these things sound lovely and fluffy, but how does the town look today, 10 years after its development has technically finished? Let's compare. Today, Ellenbrook's population is estimated to be just shy of 47,000 people, with over 16,000 households. This is 10,000 people more than originally planned for, putting stress on the built facilities. The town's commercial and education facilities are great considering the population, with lots of schools and a decent range of services and recreational facilities throughout the region as proposed. Early landscaping had a terrible impact on surrounding environment. Waterways were contaminated due to the fertilisers needed to grow exotic plants in sandy soil. Thankfully, as development continued, these older areas were redeveloped as well, which meant that the local ecology was actually properly considered and future villages would be as well. Beyond a PhD study in 2012, no recent research has been done to assess the quality of life for the residents in Ellenbrook, and there is no public evidence that behaviours such as sense of community are being encouraged by the developers beyond marketing. Innovation in design is difficult to measure, though at the end of the day, Ellenbrook's housing is really just a suburb. So where does that leave me and my research? I believe that Ellenbrook and all of its successes and shortfalls is ultimately a result of its master plan and the people behind this master plan making it happen. In order to identify the effectiveness of Ellenbrook as a development, we must first identify the key players involved: politicians and the government, and developers and designers. Politicians love using developing suburbs for their campaigns and taking pictures with shovels. But how does this impact master planning in Perth? The reason why the master plan seems so unrealistic is due to hyperbole. Hyperbole is a way of speaking or writing that makes someone or something sound bigger, better, more than they actually are. In politics, there are 3 key modes of persuasive hyperbole: logos, pathos, and ethos, all used within the master plan to exaggerate the potential of Ellenbrook. The developers, influenced by the Labor government at the time, promised beyond their means in order to win the project and the favour of the public. Considering developers, their goal was to capture the urban demographic and again, make money. Ellenbrook would never function as an intermediate space between country and city life, as that's just not what residents know. Ultimately, Ellenbrook was not designed to its context in Perth. Developers travelled to America, exploring its satellite cities and bringing that American way of thinking back to Australia and inserting it into the Ellenbrook context. Despite its shortfalls in contextual and sustainable architecture, the town has won a total of 35 awards. This is mostly with reference to the amazing community facilities available, just like this public park. I think this is a definite win. Setting aside green space from the town's initial conception was a great decision by the developers and ensured that the surrounding neighbourhoods could all enjoy the designed greenery and that children could be safe when accessing play spaces. To further understand Ellenbrook, I aim to explore the following: the communication between different stakeholders and how this impacted the town's development, conduct a deeper analysis on the villages and how their designs differ, identify how Ellenbrook's development has reacted to trends in construction and how it has impacted the fulfilment of the master plan, and finally, gain a deeper understanding of the role politics plays in the fulfilment of master plans in Perth. So how does all this impact Ellenbrook? The exciting thing is, I don't know yet. I understand that at the end of the day, the role of the government and developers is to make money, but I don't believe this should result in subpar master planning. What I do know is that it is vital for future master plan teams to look at suburbs like Ellenbrook, and I hope that research like mine will help them to create better urban spaces with better outcomes for all.
Little boxes on the hillside, little boxes made of ticky-tacky, little boxes, little boxes, little boxes all the same. There's a green one and a pink one and a blue